when I size your system, we use a software program and we do what's called a load calculation. So we're looking at everything, windows, insulation. We basically draw it all out, and we want to size the system as close as we can to exactly what you need. Because like Tom said, I mean, that's going to maximize efficiency, comfort, everything. But, we're also looking at the ductwork, like he said. From what I've heard, I mean, not every company is going to be that thorough and go through and do that. And we do it every single time. That's the only way that you can really size it the way it needs to be sized. So, it's very important. And that's also going to really affect the longevity of the system too. If it's oversized or undersized, it's going to run a lot more. It's going to turn off and on all the time. And that's just going to wear down all the parts.
I did have a larger home. I had a over 4,000 square foot home that I've been working with Reed and Premier for years and years and years. So now I'm in a 1,800 square foot townhome. It's just different, and space is different, and size is different. All of my system now is in a smaller place in my garage rather than what I had in my old home. I had a finished basement and a whole room. So space was, compressed here. But here's the rest. This is all brand new stuff that was installed. You can see that before it was just a pile of garbage. Things weren't even connected.
I remember the drain we were talking about. It used to be a garden hose or something that was in there. I think.
Right. Yeah. There really were things that were not connected, correct?
Yeah.
So, all right, let's hear from the boys about what all this is and what I got going on here. But there was, it was just absolute garbage in here beforehand. So let's chat about it.
So that's your furnace and your indoor coil, the indoor part of the AC. And, a couple things that we do differently on the indoor portion as well. You can kind of see below the furnace there's a booster box, airflow booster box. We do that on pretty much every system as long as it'll fit in there. And what that does is it really improves the performance. And the other thing too, like let's say that water heater ever leaked or something like that. Yeah. It kind of protects the furnace from, getting damaged. Another thing too is when we're in there doing the installation, we also, we talked about the duct work. We go through and we seal all the duct work inside of that mechanical room. I mean, that alone can really improve your efficiency. If you have any leaks or anything like that inside of that area, it's going to impact the performance and everything the most. So another thing too, I want to touch on the outdoor unit, yours is a little bit bigger, like physical size. And one thing I want people to kind of understand is like, as the efficiency goes up, those units will be a little bit taller, a little bit bigger. And the reason for that is there's just more coils inside of that unit. Okay. The old one was smaller. It's not as efficient. So it's able to kind of cool your house and use less energy. That's kind of the reason for that.
The system itself is fantastic. And what am I looking at right there above the system there?
That unit right there, DMAC, is what would clean the particulates and the smells. So let's say you get home tonight and your wife's making Brussels sprouts, or fish, that gives off bacon, gives off a smell. You're going to keep the blower running on your furnace 24/7, 365. That's really the way that furnace is meant to be. And you're always going to be running air across that filter with it that's down in the bottom part of the furnace, and then that cleaner that's on top. And that cleaner cleans out smells. It's COVID documented. So it cleans out those. That's what it really does. Is it takes the air to hospital grade.
All right, one last question for you guys. And again, I'm just showing there was like a red thing with like a brush. I don't know what it is. All right, so help me out. What the heck is that for there, Reed? What am I doing with this bad boy?
Yeah, so that's what's called an easy trap. And that's more of like a maintenance item, but it is another thing that we include on our systems. It's just kind of like a step up. So, if you ever have like a clog or something in there, it's pretty easy. Just kind of clear that out.
Wait, I'm supposed to do something? I mean, it's a tool?
No, that's more for us.
Okay.
But, if you ever had to, I could probably walk you through it.
Stop.
Well, because so what happens, DMAC, is right now we, with the rain that we had over the weekend and things like that, humidity has come up outside. Okay. Yeah. And one thing an air conditioner does is it removes heat, and then it also removes humidity, because humidity and temperature make it feel hotter. So what comes out of that coil into that area is condensation, which is water. And as it goes down past and it goes through that little P-trap there, and it goes just right into your drain, right into your mechanical room, sometimes you can have some lint and dust and things like that accumulate on that coil and makes it down into that pan and travels down into that area. So to keep from having a clog, you just can, clean that area out with that brush.
That is fantastic.
Or have the Premier guys when they come, because you should always, anytime you buy a system, go with their membership program, which gets you spring and fall maintenance and service.
Those UV lights or air cleaners.
Yeah.
You get a 10% discount on any of those items. And then you also get a discount on when it's time to purchase a system too. So it's really a great package that we offer on that.
Yeah, it's 720-547-8009. And by the way, with everything that we're talking, one day install, day, that was it. And the workers showed up on time. We're very polite. We're aware I have a couple of cats, and, we don't want to let the pets outside, that sort of, little thing. Careful with, shoes in the house, all that sort of stuff. I mean, the service was impeccable. And there's a lot going on. So where they parked their truck and how they didn't scratch anything or break, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing. And so the experience was top notch. And now that you're just signed up, I'm signed up for just regular service. It's just something I don't have to think about theoretically for the next 18 to 20 years. This just will go. And Tom Reed, I think that's amazing.
If you've got a 150,000 mile car, you're not going to change just the engine or change just the transmission. You're going to do both of them at the same time. And yours is the same way. You're going to change out the furnace, change out the air conditioner. Now you have a matched system, and it's going to run at top performance. And I'm sure you're noticing how much quieter it runs than
oh my God. Of course. It's fantastic. And listen, this isn't special for me. This is what Premier offers with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. This is just standard, and a Traeger grill or a Solo stove. And I would make the encouragement that, you may as well just get it all done together. There's a great promotional benefit for you. In fact, call or text 720-547-8009. First 10 folks will get a free tune-up and inspection right now. 720-547-8009. Guys, this show has flown past us. This has gone so fast, no doubt about it. So I feel like there's more to say, but we're running low on time. So we got to get going. So Tom, we'll see you next week. Reed, I really appreciate it. Again, if you want to see everything, PremierAirColorado.com. We really got to go. I got to go. We got to wrap it up. We'll talk to you next week with the Premier Heating and Air Show, powered by American Standard. Love you guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Get that Traeger grill before the summer's over.